Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Alisa's Cup of Tea here, and today I'm going to talk about baby proofing. What do we need to do to make sure that our children are safe in our house? So I have several items to go through, and there are actually not too many things that we need to purchase, but still you really need to be prepared for any occasion. So the very first item to have at hand is those outlet covers. So even before your baby starts to walk around the house, when they're just starting to crawl, those outlets are actually in pretty easy to reach areas, right? So our outlets, for example, are located really close to the bottom of the wall. So when my daughter was, I don't know, maybe somewhere around 6 months or so, she started crawling. She was really interested in those outlets. Now, there are multiple kinds of outlet covers that you can purchase, and actually majority of the baby-proof items that I will be talking about, I ordered from Amazon. I went with the simplest kind, which are those plastic covers. They are very inexpensive and they sell them by multiples, so they really work well. I heard that this type of things can be a choking hazard, but once you plug it in the outlet, it's really difficult to take them out, even for me. So I can't imagine the baby being able to do that. So as a result, I think they were great for us, and we really covered all our outlets with those outlet covers in areas where I know my baby will be able to reach them. In addition to this kind, you can also buy outlet cover that really covers the whole thing. For example, if you need to have a wire that is constantly plugged in, I bought another one that I'll show you in the screen. So baby can't really open it, but there is still an outlet inside, like for example we have for our TV. And you can also change the actual outlet, so the holes for the outlets are constantly covered unless you really want to use them. But for that you will have to actually change all your outlets, and I just found that this type of solution was easier for us. And once your baby shows interest in standing and pulling herself or himself up using the furniture, it's very important to cover the edges of these furniture pieces or the corners. Corners can be very sharp in square or rectangular type of tables, for example. So again, there are multiple options available on the market. I found that special tape type of stickers really worked well for me, and I ordered them in Amazon, and I will show you a picture right there. They were great. They really stick to the edge, and it's an actual tape where you can cut to the size you need. And I use this tape everywhere in my baby's nursery and around all the tables that she will be reaching. Another corner option I found in Walmart, they're the clear corner options. They're plasticky, so they're not as soft as that Amazon version that I was just talking about, but they still work well. So I really combine this type of corner covers with the white one that I bought. I still use them. My baby is already 2 years old, but I still gonna leave all those things attached to my furniture, because you never know. Toddlers like to run around, they don't really watch where they're going, so to avoid those unnecessary hits and bruises and all that, I think it's important to leave this type of covers for as long as possible. And then your baby will always show interest in opening different drawers, different cabinets in the kitchen area, in the bathroom area if you have those. So it's inevitable. Somehow it really draws their attention. So I think it's okay to leave several maybe drawers and cabinets unlocked, as long as there's really nothing hazardous in those. You can keep something like Tupperware, or you can have a cabinet for toys where it will be actually very entertaining for your child to open something, get the toys out and close it himself or herself. But obviously For, heavy pots and pans, I think it's important to have the locks and cleaning supplies. Those are the most important things to make sure that children don't reach. Again, there are multiple options for those cabinet locks available. I first went with the magnetic version, and the advantage of having a magnetic lock is that there's nothing on the front of your cabinet, right? You don't even notice that there is any lock. But then once you're trying to open it, then the cabinet will not open because the magnetic lock is actually installed inside. However, maybe it's just the kind that we bought. It didn't work for us because couple times my baby tried to open it, or sometimes even we forgot that we had those locks. We opened the cabinet and that's it, it doesn't stick anymore. I bought this on purpose to show you what we ordered from Amazon. So this is safety cupboard locks, and this is how the lock looks like. So you stick this on the cabinet door, and then there is another piece that is attached to the edge of it, and once you close it, you can't open it anymore. And then you have this magnetic lock that you're supposed to find the actual location of that lock from the other side of the door, and it will automatically unlock. Great idea, but it didn't work for us. So after trying to retape it millions of times, I decided to go with conventional type of cabinet locks, and I have two kinds here, and both of them I bought in Walmart. So both of them are from Safety First brand. They work for different type of hardware that you have in your cabinets. So you can have this type of thing. There are two hooks that go inside of your handles, door handles, and there is like a fake button that you think you need to press in order to open it, but that's not the case. You actually have to press it from both sides, from up and down, and then you see it unlocks it. So that's very kind of smart solution. The only problem with it is that both actually of these locks work only when your hardware is close to each other in those type of cabinets. If they're far apart, you can't use this type of conventional type of locks. You can either go with the magnetic version, or maybe there is something else in the market, I don't know. So in the kitchen cabinets, thankfully, those hardwares are really close to each other. However, in my bathroom, one of my bathrooms, I can't really attach any lock to it. So in order to prevent any type of hazardous situation, I don't keep any cleaning supplies in that bathroom, just because I know my baby can easily open those cabinets. Another extremely important item that you can never bypass is to make sure that any type of furniture that baby has access to is anchored to the wall. Any type of furniture in the nursery room or where the baby sleeps has to be anchored, no questions asked. And it has to be done, again, even before the baby even starts walking, because once they start pulling themselves up, they will be interested in opening those drawers, and there is something about trying to climb those drawers that exist in every baby. So there are, again, multiple options available. So you can just buy those brackets that can be anchored to the wall. Like, for example, when you buy IKEA furniture, any drawer, they come with those brackets. Or you can buy these straps that we bought from Amazon. It's from Skyla Homes brand. And these are great because, obviously you can adjust the length of them, and you strap them actually to the bottom of the wall, which will give it even more support. So all her furniture in the nursery is anchored. And also try doing it for any other furniture in your house, like a chest drawer or tables that are large enough that can tip over, especially if you have something with TV on. It's extremely important. So this is how those straps look like. They can be, different length, and you just need to use either drywall screws or you can find a stud and you can drill right through the wood, which is always better. But if you can't find a stud in the area that you need, you can use you know, like heavy pound type of drywall screw, and it will work. And of course, the number one tip of how to keep your baby safe is to constantly keeping an eye on the baby and constantly monitoring of what's happening. Never leave your small child alone unattended. There's so many very sad situations, but I understand that, I mean, it's not possible to be monitoring your child 24/7, right? For example, when your baby goes to sleep in her own room, I mean, you're not going to sleep in the same room, right? So for that, the baby monitor comes really handy. We had several baby monitors at this point. At first, we bought a Cocoon baby monitor from Amazon, had amazing reviews. That was when my baby was just born 2 years ago. But unfortunately, after the pandemic hit, I think it's a small owner business type of company, and they just couldn't support it anymore. So they couldn't support the app from that company. So as a result, we had to use another app, and that app was failing all the time. So in the end, I said, I'm done with this monitor, I'm gonna buy something else. And what we actually bought was a cheap monitor from Amazon. It was like $30 or something, and it works very well. So as long as you can see your baby, I think that's more than enough to make sure that your baby is okay. Of course, it's always good to have all those bells and whistles where you can, you know, talk to your baby, you can listen to your baby, where you can monitor the heart rate, the breathing rate, and all this sort of things. But of course, those type of features, they come with a high price tag. So even if you can't really afford a high quality monitor, the cheap one from Amazon, I think, works just fine, and I'm convinced about that. So this is it for my baby proofing videos. I hope you enjoyed this video and I found this helpful. Keeping your baby safe, it's actual number one job for us as parents, and it may seem very overwhelming at first, but overall, once you have those simple items that I just talked about, they will definitely simplify your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any recommendations of what videos I should be shooting this year, please let me know. I'm always open for suggestion. Leave a comment. I'm very eager to know what you think are the must-haves for the baby proofing. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.